Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 5 of season 2 of I don't even know. Honestly, I was looking at the playlist. Season 2 is already size of 8 videos, so the scalable solution would be to say something like, "Hello, and welcome to this episode of Minecraft Musings." And even that, like the title's subject to change. Like anything about it's subject to change, but I don't know. Sorry, I'm just really excited because OBS, the open source video software, is amazing. It's super easy. It didn't take me that long at all to figure it out and to test it out and to realize that, well, first off, I had, and mind you, like I'm keeping all my legacy videos up, even after I make new videos. Like I just did some Code Wars videos, and that's going to replace all of my old Python stuff. And I want to make another Linux one, or at least like chop up the videos so it's not just me humming and hawing and being like, oh, this is happening and this is, and then making a new version of those. So you still have the old ones, so you can actually see in real time what my struggles are. So if you're trying to replicate this at home, oh, sorry, I'm waking him up to make him work. Let's go to bed. But anyways, yeah, because it's important. All of these things, like it's, oh no, no. Oh no. What? Why? Why? There we go. Okay. Just keep jumping, keep jumping, keep jumping. Oh. What? Okay, there we go. Sorry. I mean, I apologize, villagers. Please don't hate me. And now I gotta be careful. But see, what happened was, is I hit them. Oh, yeah, we gotta. Oh. That's awkward. So I was trying to hit up, and I knew there was a risk of smacking one of the. And actually, let's go ahead and fix this. No half measures. Everything above a composter, and that makes sense, should not be blocked. So this also means that, and that, and that. And I already noticed that it looks weird because the chest, you can see some space. Like here, we'll go. We gotta be careful because they might be mad at me for. I mean, it is unpeaceful, so see, you can see right through it. So I might put like stairs, like upside down staircases to kind of cover that. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. And then let's talk about the success of open source OBS recording studio, because honestly, that is such a, oh, I'm so excited. Like I'm gonna go back and do the GED videos. I'm gonna do them faceless, like whatever. I just dumped a bunch of pumpkins there, but yeah, because now I can record, stop, and I can clip things, and it's just gonna be really nice. So, anyways, I hope this. Actually, even as I say this, I don't want that to happen again. So you know what? It can just look weird. All right, so that's okay. Let's actually go ahead and then this is blocked off for. And yeah, it looks weird. It looks ghetto, but whatever. The main part is over these. So because that's what the problem was. Is I was in here. Uh, yeah, now there you go, and I couldn't jump out. Was what the problem was. So I had warped here, and I kept like jumping because usually I just yeah. And so without being able to see and just like feeling around. Also, I don't know what's up with this. Like, this is weird. Let's release the parrot. Come here. It's strange how it was like darker shades and everything. So, anyways, I completely forgot what we were gonna do. Like, we got stuck in that crisis. Let's go ahead and keep trading. There we go. I mean, yeah. We didn't just totally attack two of your people. And oh, what happened else was crowding. So that's why that villager died, was because, and I didn't keep hitting it. It kept taking damage because, and see right there, pronouns, easily addressing it as it instead of he. Like, I don't know. They they started taking damage because there was crowding going on. They had glitched to where when I hit them, they were able to get, I don't know, like I want to say here, and then stuck between here and the thing, and without being able to go back in, which I couldn't even thread the needle, as you saw. Like, it's kind of hard to do. There it is. Like, you have to go right in the middle. So otherwise, you're like stuck, and like I could see that as they're glitched here, every second they're still in that position, they're receiving damage. So it's the same when you get crushed by gravel. and you can't breathe. It's just like you can't exist in the same block as another block, otherwise you'll start taking damage. So, anyways, that was a long roundabout way of just waking up and completely forgetting what I was talking about. Like, so originally I wanted to extend the railroad tracks. Oh, and oh, 5 minutes. All right, sorry, I'm really trying to be better about this. Like this 30-minute thing. Let's do uh, 15, so it's 5:21, 5:45. 29 minutes from now. All right, so now we're going to do 5:40. 24 minutes plus this 5, so that's it. All right, we'll go with that. So it's like trying to hit a moving target, on the fly, and then do simple math, which is really easy when you're running a register for a job. But when you're in between like that, when you work other jobs, like say, because I mean, and that's why I put up my job history, because it's been, oh wow, it's been very random, almost as random as my class list for college, both community college and university at CSU and boot camp at CSU. So like all of these things are important to like take into consideration. I even said, so sorry, let's back up. Let's celebrate the uploading of 2 or even 3 Code Wars videos. So honestly, might have need to look at the one. And I apologize to anyone who's like, subscribed to me. Like, why are you uploading like 20 videos in one day? Well, you know, make hay when it rains or whatever. Make hay when it shines. Like, whatever that saying is. I just happen to have a lot of free time, and yeah, I finally had some time to relax and investigate. Well, really, OBS took like no time at all. It was really just like I had time to gather my thoughts on these musings and get a few things out there, kind of organize. Even just doing the season 2 thing. That's why I was so excited talking about that, is because like it's a definitive divide between a bunch of ramblings and then this other set of ramblings, and then it's easier for me to tackle and organize and share too. Like, I mean, if someone says, "Oh, you should just watch Minecraft Musings Season 2," then it's like, "Oh, okay, you got, so far it's 8, gonna be 9 plus this one half-hour videos where they're mostly under, but some go over, but none of them are like an hour." Or I think one's like, I take that back. I think one did get ridiculously long, but anyways, whatever. It's my channel. These episodes will be varying in length, because it's also like the importance too. Like if I'm in the middle of a topic, I don't want to just quit and then like try to have to remember that later. Because even if I take good notes, like there's still a chance that, it'll be lost to the ether. So at least until I come across it again. So that's what like the scalable solutions, where it doesn't even matter. It's like the UDP approach to education. Like I'm just going to talk at you with a bunch of concepts and things. And if you've already heard it before, don't worry. There's other people that are only joining in on this video, or only in this series, or only in this playlist, or only in this channel. Like, because like I said, I might do the other channel with reading books. It's like, but that would be definitely separate from like, is God real kind of stuff. So no, don't worry, I wasn't being smote. And notice I'm never trying to mock any god if they do or do not exist, because I mean, who am I to shame anyone for their beliefs? Like, that's just pretty preposterous in any light. Let's see. Oh, gotta craft them into squares, cubes. Actually, yeah. So, oh, and also, did I? Nope. No, I was just thinking about the Code Wars things, and that did take a little while. Like, it's at least 2 or 3 episodes, 30 minutes long, because I I think I was pretty good about that, and that's why I got to look at them once they're uploaded. But anyways, I know there's at least 2 videos that were 30 minutes long that were actual coding videos. That's why I was trying to remember if one of them was just like an intro that ended up being way too long, or I don't know. Still working on the whole editing and stuff, but um, let's go keep working on this pyramid. But yeah, so that's really exciting though, because I eventually intend on showing, like, and I'm coding fresh too. Like I haven't coded actual algorithms for quite a while, probably like over a year. And so yeah, that was fun, but it's good to see that like even someone that has the degree, has the experience, it will take a little bit of time to kind of dust off the cobwebs. And then once you start remembering it, then it's like riding a bike, and then you're just kind of off and running. But yeah, so because we still got a good like 4 or 5 problems coded. I was thinking more about that too, just kind of like how to explain it for anyone who's going like back and forth. Like, I also didn't want to make it into like a choose your own adventure, like watch these musings and then, pause this video, go watch this video and then this video. And yeah, no, it's trying to be like standalone stuff. So if you're just watching these musings, you can check out, I will definitely like add the links so you can see that. But yeah. All right. And how we are almost there. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, and then this is fun. I got a short that and then it like teleports. Oh wait, no, 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 and then down. Okay, so you shall forever be the century of right here. Oh no, see, and I thought that might be a problem. I'm so sorry, parrot. I'm so sorry. No, but don't come to me. No, no, none. So if you go too far, it teleports towards you. I know this is a whole lot for a parrot. It's a dead parrot, like for a Monty Python throwback. Oh, and that's what I need to do. Okay, because I was starting to say in one of the videos I know is like, oh, this one has comments, but it should have a Monty Python quote. And I know that I did in the other Python coding game, playground tutorial, whatever I called it, video, a stream, Twitch, all that. I did have strange women lying in ponds distributing storms is no form of government, which is a quote, might even not be the exact quote, but it is a quote from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And for those of you that don't know, Monty Python is a comedy group from jolly old England from the 70s. And they were like back rolled by Jethro Tull, I think, and like some famous musicians and like just wealthy people at the time that were kind of newly wealthy, I want to say. Like the musicians, why it's kind of funny is because, and I want to say it was like multiple, like, I don't know, someone from the Beatles. I don't want to be offensive, but they're brilliant actors and well, they pretend to be actresses, which is why it's kind of funny. They don't have any real regular female characters, I want to say. Well, they have the characters, but not the female actresses. In fact, they do have in The Life of Brian, you have a very controversial where he's like, "Oh, I want to be a woman. You can't just be a woman." And those quotes have been used because of the whole transgender issues. And we even got a touch of that societal issue in our Code Wars videos. It was trans something, and it was supposed to be like transcribe or transfer or transmit, not transmit, but like, anyways, it didn't look as you would think it would be meant. So it could leave room for discrepancy. Like hopefully not a lot, as more people communicate and again, it's more like the perspective too, the experience. Like as the more people experience these things in a polite and pleasant way, mind you, like a lot of these arguments are stemmed out of being force-fed things or spoon-fed things that you might not be comfortable with because like it's like hold on, I'm just now getting used to how to use this, and now all of a sudden I've got all these like videos and ads and content showing me how to do this, like, and then and people are still trying to figure out the whole Tide Pod things, like how that could have even happened. And now we've got, we've already forgot about Harambe, and like we've got Pepe memes, and Elon Musk is building a galactic spaceship, and then Caitlyn Jenner's now like a man again, and like I don't know, and that's just it. It's like it's so hard to keep up with the common trends, and especially for people that are not used to tech or are not utilizing tech as well as others, which is another thing because that's another blind spot of like tech disparity. You might not be as trained or as knowledgeable about tech because you're just not keeping up with the trends, and that sounds so like I always hated it when I heard stuff like that about things that were fashionable and fashion and trendy, and how you could tell each decade apart by distinct features, which you still kind of can, I guess. But good luck saying though, like the 2010s and the 2020s. Like, is this the roaring 2020s? Like, I don't know. Kind of maybe. Feel like a South Park scene right there, like with Butters. Be like, I don't know, maybe. So, but yeah, South Park has answers to just about everything, and they talk about. In fact, I stopped watching just because I don't know. Well, I stopped having access for one, because I don't have Paramount Plus, and like, and nothing against them. It's just like, jeez, I can barely afford, what I am subscribing to. I mean, that's not true. I can, but I'm really trying to save up and like get a house and all that and be a responsible adult. So it's like I'm really weighing the pros and cons of any subscription service, which as you can see right here, I'm on a Realm and that's more important because I use it like almost every day. So let's see where we at. 15. Okay, good. um anyways, yeah, this and Twitter. I do subscribe to Twitter, and I know a lot of people that's controversial. Like, there's a bunch of bad press about, like, hey, this MF paid for this. Like, there's a bunch of memes going on like that. And your opinion is fine, but I really think Elon is doing a lot of great things. He's doing a lot of dumb things too. Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, it's not that binary bias of like, oh, if it's not one thing, it's the other. Like, but I can understand why he's doing it. Like, it's business. So, well, it's business and also maybe his opinion, but also his perspective of an opinion because he's now in that camp where it's like, oh, super rich people, they're going to end up getting taxed all crazy and like, and even like the wealth tax. I don't know. I've heard like that's like an unconstitutional thing. I don't know for sure. I missed, or I wasn't listening that day in politics class, and I did take a bunch of government stuff, and not a bunch, but like two. And so, and I've only taken one sociology class, and I feel like I understand a lot of that. And then, or just from that, I understand a lot more than I did. And then one anthropology class was enough to really open my eyes to a lot of other things. So, anyways, that's why I just clarify that because I knew a kid, or a guy, I guess, that said he had like 3 degrees. And I was like, no, you don't. I know a gal that has like 3 degrees, actual bachelor's degrees, separate ones. But he had like a degree and two minors or something. And it's like, I have a minor in business administration, but I wouldn't call that a degree. I have a certificate in cybersecurity, but I wouldn't call that a degree either. Like already I feel inferior to people that have spent like a 4 year or 5 year degree in cybersecurity with common trends and current tools and trends. Like, because I only spent shoot, I can't remember. That was a 6 month boot camp. Yeah, I had to think about it. Maybe I'd even want to check that because I don't know. It's kind of all hazy. That was COVID times, and like I was working. I was in essential for a long time of it, and then all of a sudden I wasn't, like laid off, and then it was like, well, either get another job or go back to school. And I was like, well, did unemployment, went back to school, and no, I still even worked at a warehouse, and then I decided I couldn't do that. It was just too much, and they were like gonna give me a promotion, and it paid me like $2 more an hour to do a lot more hard lifting and stuff, and it was already like really confusing as it was, and I still didn't even know what I was doing till the last day. I was like, because there's so many corner cases where it's like, oh, if it's this, then we need to do this, and then, I mean, nothing on them. It was just a very complex process, and they were doing a good job solving it the way they were. It was not for me. So I went back and got my cybersecurity certificate from CSU. So I shelled out a lot more money to CSU. But I mean, it was worth it because ultimately I feel like that was the selling piece for getting my current position. And I do work hard in my current position. I'm very guarded about it. Like I said in the other one, it's just like, but it is fun. I get to travel and like work with students. And then anybody can put two and two and then three together and just be like, oh, yeah. But, it's funny. So, anyways. And now I have coding videos out, actual coding, like step by step. I plan on doing a few more. I just wanted to see how long these take to upload because it did say 3. I'm curious to see what the third one is. I mean, I know it's just, if it's not one of the two that I intended, it's just a test one, which I still didn't say anything that would be like offensive or anything. But I mean, because again, I try to act as if I'm not going to come back to it. Like I like to leave things, and that you learn that from it was like CS370 operating systems. I learned about computer scheduling and how operating systems schedule computers. And there's a whole bunch of math to it, and I didn't really do too good on the math, like because I didn't remember the precise calculations of. And again, we're talking about spinny disks, so this doesn't even matter, or it kind of does because we still have process scheduling. But the math that I was getting really bad was like how long it took to go get the information from the spinny disk and then bring it back, and then you're also only doing are you doing a round robin system where you're letting each process or job take like this much bandwidth for this much time or this many computer cycles or whatever. And so you could allocate resources to that degree, and that was an entire class, and I loved that class. I did really good in 270 and 370. That was computer architecture, and then which I got like a B plus in, and I completely just didn't even do the project. Like it was just like zero. Yeah, cool. My A minus went to a B plus. Like I was more concerned about getting a D in CS 200, which was data structures, because that is a hard class. Like because take so computer architecture, yeah, I can see it. We did. I mean, and even some of that was complicated, like state machines and stuff. But like, yeah, I could actually visualize it. Whereas data structures, I was already kind of struggling with like how a computer stored information, and then it's like, okay, now it's got like graphs, lists, arrays, array lists, all these different things, dictionaries. And, of course, after seeing it done with Python just now, it does seem really simple because I described a dictionary in like 30 minutes or less. Like we're talking like domino delivery times as far as delivering like understanding of certain concepts. I don't know. Maybe that's just me because been doing it for 13 years now. So, ooh, the unlucky 13. No, and this also means, sorry, I'm just really grinning ear to ear because where are we at? Like 21? All right, 8 minutes. But because I don't trust my alarm, I think it's actually for like 34 or 35 minutes. Really trying to keep it less than 30. But also, now that I did the studio and the Code Wars, if those turn out good, if they sound okay, then I'm going to continue to do Scratch. And then it won't be that janky video. And I agree. So that one should have had a few more thumbs downs because it was me using my cell phone to copy or capture what's happening on one of my computers, and that's like my throwaway computer that I just it's or sorry, it's more like a mobile, but it is like a burner computer basically. It's a Walmart computer, which was a good like $300 or so, and so I mean it's definitely no light investment, but at the same time, that's what most people get when they go to college if they can't afford like Apple products, and that's a very real reality on college campuses that Apple is kind of like the trendy one. But I'll tell you what, most of the people in my computer science classes had Android. I mean, because they were like trying to get hired on at Google, and like, yeah, Apple was cool and all, but Google, like if you were a Googler, you were set, like six-figure salaries to start, like. And we had like, and I say that as a member of the Association of Computing Machinery, and whenever we put on a Google event, that was when we got mass attendance, whereas almost all the other meetings, which was sad because I really enjoyed this one presentation from Intel, and it was about computer chips and like the computer hardware and stuff. So maybe I'm a little biased because I have a little better memories of computer architecture classes. But yeah, it was a really great presentation, and yeah, and Intel is a pretty big employer here in Fort Collins. But so is like HP and we got Madwire, we got like all sorts of different tech companies. Um, yeah, so right now I'm all excited about the Scratch because I've got like the Cringe Chronicles, and then like but that means I'm gonna need to do some programming on those, and it's still pretty easy, but it's definitely different. Like because then you're clicking and dragging pieces of code. Well, you'll see in the videos, like because I'll be making videos of it, and then instead of just showing you, and I'll still do like a short of the finished product, and then maybe have like a link in the description, be like for the whole video on making this, go here. And so, because Scratch is so much fun, and they've got like tutorials, it's free. That's the other thing too. So like everything I do, I want to make sure that even the poorest of the poor in situations, like not as a person or not as a family, but say, like, tragedy hit and they didn't have life insurance, and like, whatever reason, you now have no money and you're trying to learn a new job. So there you go. You got A-Rye's tutorials. You got his musings. You got his playground, so you learn Python. Ugh. And now you have Code Wars. As soon as they finish uploading, because I mean I haven't checked, but that's why I like keep like looking. All right, 5 minutes. So, got 35. I'm gonna do it at 39. Oh, it was at 40. So we'll do 38. There we go. 3 minutes from now, and we have. Okay. Just because, yeah, I kind of want to go do some Scratch, and then maybe if, I might not even be uploading any more videos, which is probably a relief to the poor subscribers that I have. But you're the original one, so if I do end up making it Mr. Beast level, then I'm just kidding. I really don't see myself doing that because, like I mentioned before, he's already doing it, and he's doing a great job, and like he's doing all that philanthropy, and that's why I'd say like instead of getting a Mr. Beast chocolate, I'd probably just donate all the money to one of his charity things, and I intend to too. Oh, yeah. So like I mentioned in that other video, I backed Red Key USB, and it is a brilliant device that is going to allow for so much, basically donation and philanthropy of tech to places that can use it, and that's also going to cut down on the needless waste or the e-waste that is a very real problem for climate change. So there you go, and it's really cheap, and I know I'm like totally like a spokesperson with these videos, but although I'm also talking about like crystal meth and stuff, like just kidding. If you've seen the rest of the musings, you know what's going on, like, and just why I talk about certain subjects because it is all relevant, and that is the relevancy and irrelevancy of labels, and the relevancy and irrelevancy of concepts. So specifically cybersecurity, and I could digress about that all day, and I did just forget what I was talking about. Oh yeah, Red Key. So, because like my intention is to try to like transfer tech to a bunch of other countries through multiple different venues. Like it doesn't even matter. Like there's so many different ways to do it, but if there's already existing mechanisms in place for transferring goods like between places, then yeah, it'd be great to piggyback off of that. And it's great publicity too. So like, like I'm instantly thinking like Carnival Cruises, like if they wanted to like ship a bunch of like products and stuff, or just like if there's a bunch of like freight that needs to go, or even like transport lines, like if they have some time to spare, some downtime, or if there's an entire crew that wants to donate a trip, or if there's a GoFundMe or something. Sorry, I just throw Carnival out there because, well, yeah, there's funny reasons behind the scenes. But anyways, yeah, so there are just ways to go about that. And with Red Key USB, anyone can do it. It does for a really quick wipe. I want to do some digital forensics investigation to see like at what setting would be appropriate for like HIPAA, or because you got to remember, like if you're giving a computer to someone else, they have that computer. All right, so there's my alarm. But yeah, let me finish that thought. So they have that computer, and they can forever hammer at that thing and try to recover pieces of files that could incriminate you, or all sorts of stuff, or violate HIPAA or any of the guidelines. And for those of you who don't know, maybe like international viewers, like HIPAA is our Health Information Privacy Act or something. In fact, I think that's exactly what it is. But anyways, we keep certain information private because that is a target of cyber criminals or people committing cyber crimes. So, and which we are declining that, by the way. Like, we have such an effort in cybersecurity. It's not done yet. We're nowhere near finished, but like the more we get people on like multi-factor authentication, protect all their accounts, then the more we shut down these hackers, and even just like all the range of hackers. Sorry, not just like state sponsored, but also like, hacktivists or kitties, script kiddies, all the wide range, or even just, curious people go into the dark web to see what's there. Don't do it. I've never been, I don't have to. Like, it is being monitored. Like, you're a fool if you think otherwise. So, anyway, and nothing good can come from it. That is how I've heard it described, is nothing good can come from the dark web. Everything you want is free and available and open source, or maybe even just a minimal fee, but yeah. So anyways, I digress. Have a good night or day, everybody. I may or may not upload another video. I'll at least try to do some more Code Wars. But for now, know that Season 2 is going strong with now 9 videos. Oh yeah, this is fun. All right. Cheers, everybody. Ciao.